Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the ObaNutrition channel. Today, in this episode, I want to share about which are the health benefits of sunlight. And I'll start by posing a question to you: how much time do you spend in the sun every day? Do you take less than 10 minutes, less than 20 minutes, less than 30 minutes, less than 40 minutes, less than 50 minutes, or less than an hour every day, or you take actually more than an hour every day? Personally, I spend an average of 45 minutes every day in the sun, and this is because I normally walk to and fro to work because my home and my workplace is a bit nearer. So I take on average 20 minutes to work and 20 minutes back from work. So I normally spend an average of 45 minutes every day in the sun. So I don't know for your case, but it would be encourageable to actually spend at least 20 minutes every day in the sun. And this is because the sun itself has so many benefits for our own bodies, and these benefits they cascade down to actually us having even a longer lifespan. So which are these benefits of sunlight? The first benefit of sunlight is that it recalibrates our circadian rhythm. So for those who have traveled a lot, you know something known as jet lag, where you are having a poor synchronization of your body with the clock system of that area that you have traveled. And this can lead you to having periods of insomnia. It can lead you to having poor wake up times. It can also lead you to having even a poor digestion because the timing of the production of your stomach acid is so different with the clock of the area that you're traveling in. Let's say your stomach acid has always been timed to be produced at 1 p.m. But where you're traveling in the body has not synchronized with the timing system of that area. So it's having some difficulty adjusting to that. So, but whenever you are getting the sunlight exposure, you get this recalibration, and so you'll not suffer much of the jet lag. And also something else that can interfere with that, this circadian clock, is also you having a lot of exposure to the blue light emissions. And these blue light emissions could be from laptops, from your smartphones, also from the computers. A lot of these blue light emissions interferes also with the circadian clock. So however, if you're getting sunlight exposure, you allow it to be recalibrated and get back to the normal time. The second benefit of sunlight is that it enhances production of vitamin D. Now, vitamin D is very important and vital, especially for children and the elderly, because vitamin D enhances the uptake of calcium in the body. If you do not have calcium in the body, among the elderly will suffer osteoporosis, osteomalacia, and among the children, we could also have very weak bones and brittle bones. And even this vitamin D deficiency can cause rickets. That's why it's advisable for children, and we extend this advice to the elderly, to at least take 30 minutes every day in the sun, and this could be during the morning and evening when we do not have the strong UV rays being emitted. And also vitamin D is important for immune system. As you can remember, during COVID, we were being told that having exposure to the sun was reducing the chances of you getting COVID-19. And why is this? Because vitamin D boosts our immune system. It strengthens our immune system. And that's why whenever you are having the winter episodes or the cold season, we would have spiking episodes of influenza, spiking episodes of COVID, spiking episodes of you having a runny nose, because you are not having the protective factor of vitamin D being added to our immune system. So most of us were taking vitamin C, but vitamin C alone without vitamin D was not as much beneficial. So also vitamin D supplementation during winter season is very important for those who live in the Western countries. However, for us Africans, where we are having sun exposure throughout the year, where we do not have winter, we are at an advantage, and that's why it's essential for us to take some time every day in the sun. The third benefit of sun is that it boosts our homeostatic system. It strengthens our homeostatic system, and specifically in thermoregulation. So thermoregulation in the essence of us having hyperthermia. So you have hyperthermia and hypothermia. Hypothermia is when you are having low temperatures. Hyperthermia is when you are having higher temperatures. So having sunlight exposure means that you're going to strengthen your body how to adapt itself whenever there's a lot of heat energy. Your body is able to adapt to how to sweat whenever there's a lot of heat. Your body is able to have the senses that there is heat, that's why you're going to remove some of your clothes. Your body is able to sense that there's a lot of heat energy, and it's going to relax your hair follicles so that it can allow maximum heat loss through the skin. It's going to allow for you to have the vasodilation, where they have blood vessels, the superficial blood vessels, they get closer to the skin to allow heat loss. So you having this sunlight exposure is allowing your body to adjust to hyperthermia, and that's you'll have a stronger homeostatic system, and it also enhances your lifespan. The fourth benefit of sunlight is that it enhances the production of serotonin. Serotonin is the happy mood hormone. It's what ensures us to become happy. We're not always sad. We're not always depressed. So even during COVID, whenever you are having the March lockdowns, these March lockdowns were not working out for us, because whenever you're having the lockdowns, we're not having the sun exposure. This means you are having more rising cases of mental health, because you're not getting this effect of the serotonin being secreted in our bodies after having sunlight exposure. And also, I want to emphasize something on serotonin. If you're always wearing your sunglasses, the secretion of serotonin will not be as much, because it is stimulated once the sunlight rays hit your eyes. So you're supposed to have at least some times when your eyes are exposed to the sun without having the sunglasses, for you to have this adequate production of serotonin. So sunlight itself prevents depression, because you're having the production of the happy mood hormone. The fifth benefit of sunlight is that it enhances the production of melatonin. Now, melatonin, how does it enhance the production? It's because whenever you're having sunlight exposure, serotonin spikes up and melatonin plummets. That means you're not going to have hormonal resistance when we do not have sunlight. So when you do not have the sun exposure, melatonin will now rise up, and that's how we fall asleep during the night, because melatonin cannot rise up whenever we have sunlight. So sun itself ensures we are not going to have hormonal resistance against melatonin, because when it's up there, sun will ensure that it's lower during the day, and when it reaches at night, whenever it's not there, it's going to rise up. So imagine a situation where you're not having sun. It means you're going to have continuous exposure to the melatonin hormone. That means our bodies will develop resistance to it, because continuous exposure to something results in resistance. When you're continuously exposed to noise, you're going to have a resistance to that noise. So whenever you do not have sunlight, you can develop resistance to this sleep hormone, and that's why you're going to have episodes of insomnia. So get exposure to sunlight so that you can have the melatonin hormone being produced in adequate amounts, and you having sensitivity to it during the night. The sixth benefit of sunlight is that it enhances the production of testosterone. Now, testosterone is a male hormone that promotes them having the masculine features like the muscles. It promotes them having libido. It also promotes them having, actually, the libido itself enhances them having higher fertility rates. And you can find among pastoral communities, they have a higher libido. That's why they're having more children, as compared to those who are getting less exposure to sunlight, especially for those who are living in the urban areas. Those who live in the urban areas do not get this much sunlight exposure, and that means they're not going to have as much libido as those who live in the rural areas, where they're having this much sun exposure. And that's why they're going to have, it could be because of an economic choice, but also having the exposure to sunlight, and them having this libido contributes to them having a fewer number of children. And also, to add more on it, is that you have exposing your testicles to the sunlight. It also promotes the production of this testosterone. So sunlight exposure is very essential for men, and I would encourage any man to actually get it. So those are the benefits of sunlight, and I hope you have learned one thing or two. What I could add as a bonus is that you getting also sunlight exposure can improve your skin health, because you're going to have the vitamin D production, which is also essential for your skin. So there are so many benefits to sunlight, and I hope you have learned one thing or two about sun, and I hope you can also take some time to spend in the sun. Less than 20 minutes every day is not enough time for your own body, especially for the uptake of vitamin D, if you are a child, and also if you are an adult or you are a geriatric. So thank you guys for watching this video, and see you in the next episode.